Are you confused about the difference between crashing and fast-tracking in project management? If so, you're not alone. These two techniques are often used when a project needs to be completed faster. They both help shorten the schedule, but they do it in very different ways. In this video, I'll walk you through both approaches, show you how they work in practice, and help you decide when each one makes sense. Let's start with crashing. Crashing is when you add more resources to activities on the critical path to completing them faster. Think about a software development project. If a feature is taking too long to build, you might add more developers, extend working hours, or bring in additional support to accelerate the work. The work itself doesn't change. You're simply increasing the effort applied to finish it sooner. A simple way to remember this is to think of crashing like crashing a party. You bring more people in, and the work moves faster because more hands are involved. Now let's look at fast tracking. Fast tracking is when you overlap activities that were originally planned to happen one after another. Using the same software example, instead of waiting for development to be fully completed before starting testing, you begin testing while development is still in progress. This helps save time, but it requires careful coordination. A simple way to remember this is to think of fast tracking like cars racing side by side on a track. They move faster together, but there's less room for error. Now let's illustrate using a construction example. If you're building a house and the framing is behind schedule, you might bring in additional workers to complete it faster. That's crashing. You're increasing effort to accelerate the timeline. If you're using crashing, focus on critical path activities, since that's where reducing time actually impacts the overall schedule. Also, make sure the work can benefit from additional resources. On the other hand, you might decide to start electrical work in certain areas before the entire structure is fully completed. That's fast tracking. You're overlapping activities to save time. If you're using fast tracking, be selective about what you overlap. Make sure dependencies are manageable and monitor closely for coordination issues. So the decision comes down to this. Can the work be sped up with more resources, or can parts of the work safely overlap? Each approach comes with trade-offs. With crashing, you keep the original sequence of work, which makes execution more predictable. But adding more people can increase coordination complexity, and beyond a certain point, it may not improve speed. With fast tracking, you compress the schedule by overlapping work. This can be very effective, but if earlier work changes, it can affect the tasks that have already started. So while both approaches help you move faster, they introduce different types of challenges. Let's bring everything together. Both crashing and fast tracking are ways to shorten a project's schedule. Crashing speeds things up by increasing effort. Fast tracking speeds things up by overlapping work. So when making a decision, ask yourself, do I need more resources to move faster, or can I safely change the sequence of work? If you found this helpful, please like this video and subscribe to PM Aspirant for more project management insights. And visit pmaspirant.com for additional project management resources. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.